Alright, good evening guys. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at an accessory set for the 42mm Apple Watch. I purchased this on eBay for just under $20 shipped. I received it in a couple days. What this is a strap set along with some adapters as well as a case protector for the 42mm Apple Watch. The seller's name is EEKit online. You can see the EEKit logo up here. And I thought it was a pretty good deal, so I wanted to check it out and see what it was like. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Giant Ziploc bag. So once you open it up, what's inside? You've got two different Apple Watch rubber straps. One is black and the other one is white. Also, there's a set of lug adapters or strap adapters for the 42mm Apple Watch. I've already done a review on the strap adapters. You can see with my classic buckle aftermarket strap. Anyway, it comes with the strap adapters as well as a screwdriver for reassembling the strap adapters. Also comes with this clear plastic case for the Apple Watch, and then it comes with this kind of a felt gray bag with drawstrings. So let's take a look at these straps and see how they compare to the actual Apple Watch sports strap. So let me install them onto my Apple Watch here, and then we'll compare it with the actual black sports strap on this Apple Watch. So right off the bat, you're going to see that the design is quite different between the two. The aftermarket version has a thinner rubber. It's a similar type material in terms of feel, but it's definitely much thinner than the Apple Watch Sport Band from Apple. Also, the biggest difference is that the original Apple strap integrates the adapter portion, or the portion that attaches to the case, so it just slides right in and locks in place, versus the aftermarket version just has a kind of a standard watch opening here, so you need to use the strap adapters in order to attach it to the case. The other thing is, this is the medium-large size Apple Sport Band, and you can see that the aftermarket version is considerably shorter, which shouldn't be a problem because you know, on the Sport Band for my 7 3/4 inch circumference wrist, I'm only on the second or third hole from the inside, so this one should be long enough, but that's something to point out for people who have even larger wrists, that this aftermarket strap might be too short. Also, you can see that the manufacturing is not perfect. The little rubber hasn't been punched out completely here at the end, so you have to kind of pop that out. Anyway, let me assemble this and then give you a look at and see how it looks on the watch. So just like before, this U-shaped portion needs to go through the end of the strap. So slide it in on each side, and it should kind of, you can feel it lock in place in the middle. Alright, now you get the metal adapter portion, and like I said before, this portion has a particular orientation that you have to install it in the case. You can see there's 3 black inserts on this side, and then on the other side is 2 black inserts and then a silver insert in the middle. The part with the silver insert faces the back of the case of the watch. The one with the 3 black inserts faces towards the front, or the front crystal of the watch. So So keep that in mind when you're putting it together. Okay, so now you put those ends into kind of the curved side of the adapter and hold it in place. Then you grab these tiny screws and drop them in to the holes. Make sure you don't drop the screws because they're going to be nearly impossible to find, especially if you're on carpet or something. Now take the included screwdriver and gently tighten them down. I wouldn't over tighten them because they're tiny screws and they're probably very easy to strip. And if you're going to be keeping the strap on and probably using it for sports and things like that, I would recommend that you put some thread lock on these screws to prevent them from backing out. Okay, so this one is installed. Now I've kind of oriented it. You can see that the one surface of the strap is flat and the other surface is slightly concave. I don't know if you can pick that up in the camera, but you can kind of see it dips in. And that's very similar to the Apple strap. It's kind of flat on the one side and it's slightly concave on the inside. So that's how I've installed this strap onto the adapter. Now let me take the other one and we'll do the same. The opening is actually kind of tight, so you'll feel that there is some resistance at this point. It shouldn't be a problem because when you wear the watch, it doesn't really pivot that much right at that location. So again, take a look at this. The button portion, if you look at the Apple Watch, should be facing out or towards the front crystal side of the watch. So I'll be assembling this in the same way. So the outward side is the side with the 3 black inserts. All right. Just gently tighten them down. All right, so now let's install them on this watch. I have my watch oriented, so obviously the crown is on the left side of the watch, just because of the way I wear it. I'm going to lock these in place. Okay, you'll feel it has a nice snap when it locks in place. And these adapters are actually pretty tight. They lock in place pretty well. So this is how it looks on the aftermarket sports strap. And let's compare it to the actual Apple Watch with the original Apple sports strap. So the straps are a little bit thinner. These aftermarket straps are a little bit thinner than the original Apple strap, just by a couple millimeters it looks like. We can get some actual measurements here with the calipers. So this aftermarket strap measures about, looks like 20 millimeters or so. Actually 22 millimeters right at the case, and then it tapers down to about 20 millimeters down at the end, versus the original Apple strap measures about 24 millimeters at the case and only tapers down to about 22 towards the end. In terms of length, the total length is not as drastic a difference as when I had the straps disassembled, mainly because the lower strap on this aftermarket version you can see is quite a bit shorter right there, but the upper strap is quite a bit longer than the original Apple strap. So again, the top watch is the aftermarket version, and then the bottom one is the original Apple version. So let me put it on the wrist and show you how it looks. We'll tell you that the material being thinner, it definitely does It's a little bit harder to put on, I think, because it's a little floppy, and it doesn't tuck in quite as easily into the loop at the bottom. But once on the wrist, it actually it feels quite nice, and it doesn't feel like it's going to fall off or anything like that. The button works in just the same way as the original Apple version. It's just that the strap is thinner. Let's get a measurement on the thickness here. The thickness looks like it's about 2 millimeters here, versus the Apple strap thickness is about 3 millimeters. So it's a millimeter difference, which doesn't seem like a lot, but in reality, when you feel it, it does feel quite different. My only concern is you can see how pliable it is here long term if this area is going to hold up, especially since this button, which is the only thing that's holding it in place, resides on the other end of this loop. So if this portion tears out, then obviously the strap wouldn't be functional anymore. Versus the Apple version, it still has that same design, but it looks like, it feels like they've reinforced this area a little bit more, and it feels much stiffer right here, and it doesn't flop around quite as much. But anyway, that's my review of the strap. Next, we'll take a look at the case protector, and we'll go over that.